So what we're going to do is we're just going to make up an address. We're going to put 1234 Heavenly Road. Believe me, I never lived on that street. Here we go, Heavenly Road. And then, is that right? Heavenly Road? If it's not right, well, that's the name of the street anyway. What do you want me to tell you? Okay, so now what we're going to do is the second address is Miami Beach, and then Florida. And then we're going to put the postal code as 89109, which is actually my postal code in Las Vegas. So here we go. And then what's going to happen is we're going to save it as complete again. You want to grab these things. A lot of the time you can just go save and continue. It'll work that way too. Okay, we're going to click on edit so we can jump back in there. And remember, when the subscriber clicks on this, they're not going to see their template for the first couple of seconds, okay? So here we go. Going to the template, no name. There we are, okay? So now we are on the exit pop. I think we're on the exit pop. Just go down here, yeah, exit pop. There it is right here. And then what will happen is we've got an opportunity to click here to record a video. If you click here to record a video, that means the subscriber is going to use his webcam on his computer. He might just do something like a little selfie video or whatever. If you've got another video that you want to upload, what will happen is you're going to click here and then you can upload the video. And what will happen is you will see it uploading, and it takes a little bit of time to do that. Okay, but you'll know when it's finished. And so what we're going to do is we're going to select a video. So we're going to go, and this is one I uploaded earlier. So we're going to go to how we got started, or no, let's do enjoying the final product. Okay, now if you're using, ¿cómo se llama? If you're using a YouTube video, you would embed the video URL here. So let's just have a look here to see if it's working. Okay, now what I did here is I just went on YouTube and I grabbed a video, and then I used Camtasia to do a video capture. Now I did it really quick, so I didn't do sound leveling and all the rest of the stuff. So it sounds like it's in a tin can right now, but when it's done properly, it won't. You put the thing for both of them. Okay, so yeah, so there it is. We've just checked the video, it works fine. And then we're going to go to the client's name. So we're going to call the client Benny's Boats. And Boats. And then we're going to put in save tens of thousands of dollars. Like, did I put that right? Yeah. Thousands of dollars. Okay. And then what the call to action is, oh no, actually that'll be a good call to action. Oh, no, let's get that. We're going to put in here for the last call to action to really grab them. We're going to put in here, call for a complete list. Or email us for a complete list. Actually, okay, so complete list of catamarans available. Believe me, if they're looking for a boat, they're going to click on that. So what we're going to do here is let's go back up here, and then we're going to, what's going on here? Okay, so it's loading to save all that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to Hurricane Catamaran. Okay, there it is. Okay, so we got the free offer. Just let this thing finish loading. Okay, we got the free offer. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to give the free offer title. So we're going to call it Tips on Repairing Boats. And just in case you've lost your position here, this is the page, the free offer, where they have not bought anything off the subscriber. But this is where we want to give them something in order that we can get their email address and remarket them something later on. Okay, free offer instructions. So what will happen, excuse me, is a free offer in introduction details. So we can put anything in there. Lots of fiberglass tips and epoxy. Okay, so glass. Woo, look at that spelling, ladies and gentlemen. Got a grade school education, but I can't spell. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put the free offer image. So we're going to click on that. And then where's our free offer image? So we're going to look here, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then we're going to go here. So there, see right here, it says free offer, free report image. So we're going to click on that. And now you can see it's on there. Now, if you want, this is the same thing as the other picture. If you want, you can juggle the size around, okay? So if we go back here, wherever that was, so we go back here and we go down to properties, and you'll be able to see, when you go to details, you'll be able to see that this thing, the dimensions of this image are 169 by 165. So, you know, so as a size, it's not bad, because remember how we changed the logo from 600 by 600 to 200 by 200, and it fit on the page pretty good. Okay, so we're just going to leave it that way. So let's go back to here now. So there we've got that. We're going to leave it aside, and then what we're going to do is we're going to upload the free offer. Okay, so the free offer is going to be a free report. Okay, and if you want, we can just open that. Sorry, this is in Thai. Okay, so this is a free report talking about, you know, how to get a boat, and, you know, if it's going to be a lot of headaches and blah, blah, blah. So we're just going to take this here. Let's get rid of that. And then we're going to get rid of that. Hold on, I got to get, okay. So the free report, we're going to load that into the template. Bang, okay. So we got the free report on there. Now, so we filled this page out. The thank you page, usually it's preset. So I'm going to save this as complete. Save this as complete. Now you notice here the fields, the following fields are required. We've done almost all of them, and the ones we haven't done we don't need, okay? Just because there are 31 fields or 41 fields doesn't mean you have to use all of them. Only use the ones that you want in this thing, okay? So what will happen is we want to test this to see what it looks like. So what we do is just, let's go back and have a look at the thank you page, okay? Let's give it a second. Okay, we're going to click on the thank you page, and then you can see that this is preset. Thank you, your information has been submitted. We will contact you within 1 business day. You can put a video on there if you want to, but sometimes, like I never do, because at that point, you know, they've seen 3 videos and you don't want to burn them out, you know. So you can select an existing video or whatever. What happens is they have what's called upselling. So once you've given them this free offer and you want to put in a video that says, look, here's the free offer, and here's an excellent complement to that. It's our budget software. You put it on your Android, and what it does is you can document all the little things you're spending every day that you wouldn't believe they really added up to anything. And so you can have this thing for $22. So it's called an upsell. So you can put your video on there, and then they will, if they want, they can buy that as well. And then you can redirect them to the their PayPal link or wherever it has to go. Okay, so what will happen is you want to preview your thank you page, but there's not really going to be anything on there except for this. Thank you. See, so we got the logo, we've got the boats in the background, and then it's got our phone number. So you see where we put the phone number in there before? Complete list of catamarans available. So what will happen is they'll be able to call that number to get it. It's always better if they email the Benny's Boats rather than call them, because when they email it, what do you have? You have the email address. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go down and we're going to go to templates and we're going to go to view templates. Excuse me. I'm just watching the clock here. This is pretty heavy today, what we did. So what we want to do now is you don't want to go and send this as a campaign. So if you send it to a campaign and you might be sending it to like 1,200 people or some crazy thing like that. So what would happen is, like, just to look at mine, for example, if we go here and then we select my account here, I deal mainly with lawyers, okay? So then what will happen is if we go down here and then we're going to manage lists, just to show you how big things can get, you're going to view lists. So you can see on my lists of lawyers, I'm just going to go here and search lawyers. Lawyers here. So now you can see that I have total number of lawyers. I have 12,842 lawyers. Now, can you imagine if I went to the campaigns and all I wanted to do was just test this Benny Boat one, and by some fluke, I press the wrong button and I send it out to 12,842. I'm telling you, that'd get you spammed for sure. So make sure that you don't do that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to templates. We're going to view our template. Okay, and what we're going to do is, just to test this, we're going to send out an email address. Email. So what will happen is the email address that we're going to send it to is my email address, but of course we want to take that off there, and instead we're going to go to the other one, LeadMate. LeadMate9 at gmail.com. Okay, so that's where we're going to send the preview email, because we want to see what the recipient's going to say. So I'm going to send that right now. Okay, just give it a second. Usually it goes pretty quick, but it depends on your browser. It depends on whether you're AOL or, God knows what other thing. So here what we're going to do is we're going to go to this one right here. I'm going to go to support. Now, this is the one we just sent. Okay, there's the first one. We're going to delete it. Now, this is the one we're sending to ourselves just to make sure that everything is right before we go and send it to 1,000 people. So remember how we changed one of the lines and it was cheap boats plus elbow grease? So what we're going to do is we're going to click here. Then you're going to see that. Okay, so this is who it's going to, this is our headline, and then you can either click here or you can click here, and then you notice below here, this is the opt-out. So what happens here, it says, our apology if you've received this communication in error or wish to have no further contact from our office, please click here to unsubscribe from future mailings. Now, what happens is the subscriber is going to have a grocery list of recipients that he wants to send it to. So maybe some of them are construction guys, maybe some of them are architects, maybe, they're going to be varying lists depending on what the subscriber wants to do or who his clients are, okay? So what will happen is if he sends it to somebody, a recipient doesn't want to get it, then they will click on this unsubscribe link. God help you if you don't have it, because what will happen is you're going to get spammed and then they'll freeze your account. And as I said before, LeadMate gets around it because we have our own servers. But the important thing here is when they click on this to unsubscribe, it will go and it updates the subscribers list. It takes that person who wants to opt out or get off their list. It takes them off the list and it gives the subscriber an opt-out report. So he knows how many people opt out. And that has something to do as well with this, what's called the stick rate. So in other words, say you are a membership site like LeadMate is. Your stick rate is the length of time that people who join up stay with you. So maybe they only stay with you for a month, or maybe they only stay with you for 6 months. That's called the stick rate. So what will happen is when he gets the opt-out report, it shows him how many people are getting off his list. So he knows that, well, I lost 10 people this month. Well, he knows that he has to work extra hard to recover those 10 and make 10 more. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to click on this. Now we're going to the landing page. Okay. So now what happens is it's set, so it has to be started manually. When it's started manually, it gives them an opportunity to read the text at the bottom. You can move this stuff around, okay? Especially if you use HTML. Now, because we tried to get off the landing page, go back here. So we're on the tried to get off the landing page, then it automatically goes to the exit pop, okay? So you see Benny's Boats. And on this one, we have the free offer on the same page. Normally, you don't do that. And so what we're doing now is we're writing code to split them up. And of course, when they get on there, let me just make sure here, we're going to reduce this volume because I told you I made sort of like a crappy Camtasia one. Okay, so you get the idea. I'm going to get rid of that one. We're going to get rid of that one. And then what will happen is we want to see whether the the campaign went out or the list went out. And when we click here, you're going to see on my email, it says inquiry from this guy. So in other words, I'm the subscriber here and I can see that they have, that I have received an inquiry from the exit pop from this guy, Robert Harker. So in other words, what happens is that's where they took the free offer, or that's where they decided to buy what was on the exit pop. So I know, so that's going to be it for today. I don't want to give you any more, and then we'll probably wrap up everything tomorrow. Just hold on here. So can I have, and I know it's a lot of stuff, can I have a yes if everybody got it or pretty well? Because the video tutorials cover this in depth, okay? Can I get a yes if you got it? Okay, good. Good, Leah. Good, Mark. Okay, and as I said before, I mean, if you can handle this, you'll be able to handle the subscribers. And so what's going to happen, just to give you an idea of what's going to happen next, the assignment has to be completed by Saturday. So what happens is on Saturday, I log into your account and I see whether you've done what you're supposed to do, okay? Now, out of those, out of the ones that end up getting the STM jobs, what will happen is we do a training session then. Well, first of all, when you finish, then you get the $50 for actually doing it. Then what will happen is you do training where you learn the language to use and how to actually do the interaction. Once you start that, you're going to be paid for the training. I'm not sure, I think it's like 5,000 pesos or something like that. That's going to go on for a couple of weeks, but you're getting something for that. And so what will happen is there's a training, and then you learn the script so you get the language down. And we record these things, so don't embarrass yourself by using language that's not appropriate. Even if the subscriber is using foul language or language that's not appropriate, Don't you do that. Don't start feeling comfortable because they might talk like that, but they'll be offended to hear you talk like that. And I know it sounds crazy, but that's the way it is. Then what will happen is after you finish the language, you do mock tickets. So if there's 8 of you, then we divide you into groups of 2, and one person will be a subscriber and the other person will be the support team member. And then you go back and forth and try and make the questions difficult to try and stump the other person. And then when you're finished that, which should be maybe 2 weeks total, then we go to live clients. Okay, and once we get into that, these are real world situations. But if you made it this far now, I would, oh, Denise just joined us. Okay, I guess he got the wrong time. That's all right. Okay, so yeah, so that's it, real world situation. I know that if you made it this far, just to give you an idea, 153 people started, and we're down to now about 15. So a lot of them just couldn't hack it. They're asking the types of questions that led me to believe that they weren't watching the video tutorials. I mean, you have to follow it because you're going to feel like a fool when they start asking you questions and you just don't know the answer to anything. And as I said before, in the beginning, when you don't have a big repertoire, they're going to ask you questions that you don't know the answers to. Just say, look, I know there must be a way to do this, but I'd like to pass you up to a tier 2 support person who'll be able to give you a more precise answer than I will. Okay, so do you want to hold the line, or we will email you back? And that's it. And then we go on their computer with them with TeamViewer, and there's none of this nonsense about, okay, well, do you see the icon at the top? Well, no, I don't see it. And do you see this? And you see, it's ridiculous. With the TeamViewer and screen share, we see what they see. And remember, don't do it for them. You just use your mouse and say, okay, then fine. You see this right here where I'm pointing? I want you to go and click on that. Their retention is going to be a lot more when you're telling them what to do and they're doing it. Don't you do it. Let them do it. Okay, so that's enough for tonight. I want to congratulate you. I mean, you do make me a little nervous because you didn't ask any questions, but put in a ticket if you've got any questions and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. All right, thank you and have a good night.